Welcome to the Beatles Talk Show. Today's March 11th. We're looking at Beatles historical and trivial facts through the years of their career. Like on this date in 1961, the Beatles were performing a show at the Aintree Institute in Liverpool, and they also played at the Liverpool Jazz Society. And there was a 12-band, 12-hour, what they called the Big Beat session. And it was actually a huge event. The crowd capacity was 1,000 people, but they said throughout the night, 2,000 people had come and gone. And the Beatles performed along with Jerry and the Pacemakers, and Rory, Storm, and the Hurricanes were on the bill.
Some good band. I would have loved to have been there. That would have been pretty cool. In 1963, they didn't play a show that day. It's one of the few days they actually didn't play. They were at the EMI House in London to appear for their final appearance on Radio Luxembourg's The Friday Spectacular. I don't know if anybody remembers that. They did Please Please Me, Asking Me Why, which was a single at that time. And it was broadcast on March 15th. So it'd be cool to get a copy of that on audio for sure.
On this date in 1964, the Beatles were still filming their first movie, A Hard Day's Night. They were doing their first day shooting at Twickenham Film Studios, and they were there for 14 hours. And they were filming on a stage set made to look like a train guard's cage, where the Beatles did their lip sync to I Should Have Known Better.
And guess who's in that, well, you probably already know this, but guess who's in that sequence? What girl is in that sequence? That's Pattie Boyd.
Future wife.
Who would later become George's future wife, yeah. Very pretty lady.
On this date in 1967, the Grammy Awards for 1966 were held, and the Beatles won Song of the Year for the track Michelle. This was quite impressive, as Michelle wasn't even a single, an album cut. But Lennon and McCartney won Song of the Year. And Paul even won Best Solo Vocal Performance for Eleanor Rigby. And most impressive, Klaus Voorman won Best Album Cover for Revolver.
And that is a great album cover. If you look on
Definitely
the album,
would have stood out at the time.
Well, yeah, it was very unique. If you look on the album, you can see his little picture hidden in there. Klaus Voorman. And who was Klaus Voorman? Tell the boys again who.
Well, he was their bass player later for John Lennon. He was Astrid Kirchner's boyfriend in Hamburg in the early days. So he's really an important guy throughout their entire career.
That's cool.
On the same day, 1967, the Beatles music publisher Dick James announced that Yesterday was now the most covered song of all time, with 446 different versions recorded. Now this is quite impressive because the song was not even 2 years old yet.
Exactly.
And already had 446 versions out.
Isn't it? It must be a good song. Right? Originally it was entitled Scrambled Eggs. That's the title that Paul had for the song.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And he approached George Martin and said, I've got this tune, but it's just I had a dream about this song. It's probably written by somebody else, and I'm just plagiarizing it in my sleep. And George Martin said, I've never heard this song before. It's great. No, we're going to do it. You play acoustic guitar and leave the rest to me. And that was one of the first Beatles songs where George Martin only had Paul, and he got his own orchestra, whoever, to play all the violins and cellos. And, is that right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. On this date in 1970, the Beatles released the single Let It Be to the American market, and of course would go on to become a #1 hit, and is now the most popular Beatles single of all time, based on modern day sales. Very interesting fact on this date in 1995 is Paul and his daughters recorded a song with Yoko.
Wow.
The song was called Hiroshima, and it was recorded as an experimental piece in tribute to the 50th anniversary of the atomic bomb dropping in Hiroshima in 1945. So this was a very interesting recording. It featured Linda McCartney, Sean Lennon, James McCartney, and they all worked on this song together. Special, unique moment.
I've heard about this song, obviously, but I've never actually heard this song. How is it? Is it a pretty good tune? What do you think?
You don't want to dance to it.
Oh, okay.
And you know what's also cool about Paul McCartney on this date? In 1997, he was knighted Sir Paul by Queen Elizabeth II.
1997, that's 20 years ago.
So my dear friends, come back when you can.